Welcome back. The he's, theys, and the he's, she's, the theys, and the gays. Sorry, I stumbled over everything. Uh, Welcome back to the Winds of Winter. Last we left off, well, guys, what the fuck happened last time?
Meals and drink.
Yes.
Child.
Meals and drink.
Giant rock golem. Roundabout inn. Yep. Oh, the owl note. Help!
Owls
it's
are
eating
bad.
us. Help, it's eating us.
Help! It's bad.
Help, it's again.
It's again.
Leuven, the bunny child.
Branch's name is Marcus.
Oh, Branch's name is Marcus.
I eviscerated a wolf.
Yeah, you did. You Thanos the wolf.
Absolutely decimated.
We almost got Never Ending Storied.
Yes. But Water Walk came in clutch. There we go.
This is the one time I remember to have it.
Demons hate toys.
Demons hate toys.
It's
And
canon.
yeah.
Right. So, as you guys have said, you spent
Those were coherent
you
sentences.
spent
I don't know what
most
you're
of
talking
the
about.
last session on the road, from Port de Mali down to Phelan, and on the road you ran into several things. You had already run into the hunter, Cade, who has been accompanying you on your journey as they have some business down that way.
An alarming number of shirts last session, I will say.
Say what?
An alarming number of shirts last session
Oh.
when compared to the initial meeting.
Well, there were a few nights that you guys were chatting, so I guess I don't know if you guys all want to give me just general persuasion, just like a single persuasion roll,
Sure.
just to see how well you guys did at socializing.
13. It's unsurprising
11.
for Scylla.
I'm good at one thing. I got an 11.
That's a 10.
Oh
I
my
gotta
Good God.
God.
let me get in there.
So
I have
You've
a
never
plus
been said to
7.
not be socially awkward.
she does not tell you anything about herself or her past. She does mention that she has different outfits that she prefers for the different activities she's doing. If it's just a standard traveling, she's usually wearing what she's wearing, which is like the loose shirt, a bind, and her combat boots, combat fatigues, as well as her pack. But if she's hunting, she usually likes to strip the shirt, strip the shoes, and as well as the binding, so that she can breathe more freely and move quickly, and also freely transform. But and you caught her mid hunt, so. But yeah, you spend quite a few days on the road. Stopped by at a roadside inn and met a family of very, simple, kind individuals. You also picked up another traveler on your travels, the small rabbit folk Harangon child Leuven, who had mysteriously disappeared from his home and appeared somewhere here. You still don't know quite how. He was carrying a magical medallion of some kind, but you haven't really sussed out what that does yet. You kind of just put it in your pack and forgot about it. And promised to bring Leuven home, mentioned maybe getting a gift for his parents. And yeah, you progressed further than after that. Like you said, ran into some wolves and such, before finally cresting over a hill on the Gilded Roadway to see the small town of Phelan, the garden city of Wildmount. The air today is a bit heavy. There's fog in the sky, it's gray. but still bright, clear. No fog on the ground, only a gray, cloud-ridden sky. The hills roll out of the lush jungle that you have exited, and as you see on your right, as you come to a sort of break in the roadway, a fork maybe, the main roadway continues down, twisting more towards the southeast, towards the south, while there is a cart beaten path that leads off a little more. Geez, what direction would this be? It's like that's leading south. Oof, that's leading southeast or south. So it's like a little southwest. You're either going south, true south, or southwest. So the south path is the main roadway that seems to lead down to the main gates of the city, while the southwestern path is a little bit is just seemingly where carts have gone through over and over and over again. And you see a sign then that leads more down to the southwest. You see a sign that splits on the roadway, and the one leading on the main roadway says Phelan, half mile, and the other one says Borealis Vineyard, 1 mile. And true, you can see maybe a little under 1 mile from here is a lush vineyard of plum trees and other sorts of grapevines and all manners of different vine-based fruits. You can also see that it stretches far beyond, but it seems to come right up to the edge of the town, but seems to stretch beyond here for miles and miles. You saw bits of it through the jungle as you were traveling a little higher up. You saw bits of these lush plum groves that seem to stretch on for most of the coast. But the road never quite brought you near. However, you have now reached this sort of fork in the roadway, and that is where we pick up. What would you guys like to do?
Wow,
I mean,
that's nice.
Yeah, what the fuck? Okay. I mean, we're going to Phelan first, right? We can't just go straight to the vineyard.
We should probably return the child, yes.
Yeah.
Unless he really
I
wants to
guess
come to
that's
a
what
wedding with us.
I
But I don't
wasn't
think I have
thinking for the wedding because that's in a
a
few
half
days.
plus.
And then, Cade, you need to be in Phelan for whatever you're
Actually,
doing.
no. Actually, my assignment's just a little bit south of here, about maybe a half day's travel south of Phelan. So I may stop. I may accompany you for a bite to eat, maybe. But after that, I'm probably going to continue on for the day because I've still got some light left to travel. So might just restock and be on my way.
Okay, fair enough. Um,
It's
I
a
don't
good
want to
plan.
trouble you guys for too long.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
we
not
don't like
a
you
whole
either.
lot of trouble. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's just head on in then. And
And you can see Leuven has been like skipping up ahead of you, and he's just like, "Yay!"
oh, okay, shit.
Ooh, and he runs back over to you, Yvain. Yvain, can I have the present for my mom, please?
Oh, I thought we traded, Lubin. Did we not?
Well, yeah,
No,
but
we're going shopping for your present for your mom. Remember?
you sure? Make a persuasion check.
Me? Okay.
Yes, you. Someone can assist you if you like.
I'll try to assist. Yeah, remember you got that great pie? We can find something so much better in town.
I went
Or
on
she
a
can have a
date.
pie.
My mommy's gonna be worried about me. I haven't seen her so long. I gotta come back with something that shows that I was out getting her something.
30-20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, he's like, okay, it's gotta be good though.
It'll be
Oh,
good.
we'll get something
It'll be
amazing.
the best.
Okay. And he skips off down the road. So you guys kind of clip clop along the last half mile down to the city. of Phelan. Dun, 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 dun. As you come in, you guys are showing up right about here, heading off of the Gilded Roadway. The jungle starts to pick up a little more as you get to the outskirts, but you are able to see the entrance to the town on the, I guess that would be the northeastern side of the city. You walk in, entering Phelan, and it's a very beautiful town. You can see that there is money here. Buildings are on average 2 stories, maybe often 3 or 4. Houses are relatively large. You don't see much of well, you don't see much of the lower class here. You don't see many beggars. You don't see many people in clothing that looks like they've been worn for too many seasons. But most people seem to be walking with a cheery disposition. The town is active, if a bit strange. People seem to be walking a bit aimlessly about the town. You see several people kind of stop as they're walking and kind of shake their heads to themselves and almost turn around, but change in a change in direction and just walk off with renewed purpose to a seemingly different location. It happens once or twice. Nothing that you can really, you would pay too much mind to. But as you do enter the town, I would like you all to roll a d20 for me.
Oh boy.
10.
16.
13.
Belle, you said 10.
Yep.
Scylla, you said,
16.
and Yvain,
13.
13. Okay. So pardon me while I do a bit of math.
I think we walked into somebody's Sims town, guys. They keep hitting cancel on whatever they're doing.
Okay.
It's like the rich people
That is
places.
wonderful hooping.
Okay. So I would like you each to roll 2d4 and let me know what you got.
Never comes out here.
In total or individually?
In total.
8.
Oh damn.
Making up for that 3 on a D6 and 12 last time.
Okay.
That's a
It was
5.
impressive. 7.
Okay. Okay. So that's plus 0 there.
This place is like really nice. I feel
Yeah, what
underdressed.
the fuck is going on here?
I do not really know why Tally or Porter would feel comfortable getting married here, but I guess they will tell us.
I'm just a little bit confused. Not because, like, broadly speaking, people can't want to do nice things and stuff like that, but the whole, vibe I got from everything about where we just were that you grew up in tells me that this is a little out of place.
It's weird, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's very nice, and that vineyard up there is very appealing, but
Oh, wait. Hold on. That was wrong.
It's taking me everything in my body not to start quoting the Parent Trap about vineyards every time we bring it up. It's like bringing me physical pain.
Okay.
so what the fuck are we gonna
Okay.
get Luden's parents?
All right. Scylla,
Great question.
um,
That's me.
as you enter the town, you see, these people kind of walking kind of almost aimlessly back and forth. You also notice the animals are behaving strangely. You see a cat kind of walking down the street, and as it walks, you see it approaches a hole about maybe that big in the pavement or in the cobblestone street. A hole that, like, maybe it's like it looks like an especially large gopher hole almost. Something is like burrowed up. As it reaches that hole, it kind of almost steps into it, and then kind of turns, like, stumbles backward, surprised, and then just trots off as if nothing had happened. You look and you notice one or two more of these, like, strange burrow holes as you look. I would like you to roll another d20 for me, as well as another 2d4, and let me know what you get.
Not this good. That was a 7.
And don't add those together. Just
The D4s.
no, don't add tell me what you get on the d20, and then tell me what you get on the 2d4.
But different side. 7 on the D20, 2 on the D4s.
Okay.
Losing my touch.
Okay. As you kind of look closer at these, where are you, by the way, right now? Are you like in your transformed form right now?
No, I think when we got to like the town's edge, she turned back when they saw they were half a mile out.
Okay. So, are you sitting on the are
No,
you
I probably walked with.
you're
I walked
walking?
with
Okay.
Leuven. Yeah.
So, as you're looking closer at these holes, you kind of like stop to look. Branch, or what was the name that I gave?
No, it's Branch.
Marcus.
Nope, Branch.
Marcus. Yeah, Branch. Marcus, as you learned yesterday, kind of rears a little bit and tugs and kind of gives a snort and starts stomping a little bit. He seems a little uncomfortable.
Of course, uncomfortable.
But as you look back, the holes seem to have gone. You don't, or at least you can't find them anymore. Maybe I think they were just too small. Might just have been too small for you to really see. You might have just like noticed them as you were looking, or maybe they were just a trick of the eye because of the shadows in the pavement. But you can't see them anymore. You look and you find them, and you can't see the gopher holes anymore.
That's weird.
You realize they were about the size of gopher holes, so.
Okay.
So, but yeah, from here, you guys continue to head into the town. So you have you see a sign on across. You're currently in the middle of a cross street, and you see two Zalezo standing at one at either side of the gate, and they nod as they watch you enter. Don't trouble you in any way. You guys, are par for the course. You see a sign on a cross street that says Altafi Avenue. And as you look around on this specific street, you see buildings that stretch high into the sky. You see multiple storied and very incredibly large buildings, some with garish accoutrement on the outside. You see signs like the Vermilion Orchid Casino and the Apex Concert Hall. You see one down the road that's very sort of like Greco-Roman styling, a lot of marble and pillars and flags, and that says with a big sign over it that says the Marble Cloud Casino and Resort. And you see numerous others as well. I can go through more if you're curious, but you see this seems to be some sort of entertainment district.
Leuven, what does your mother like? What are we looking for?
She likes flowers, She likes to read a lot. She always reads me stories. And she's always got her book with her. Um, um, I can't.
Should we get
Yeah,
her a new book?
yeah, yeah. She'd like that.
That's,
Right.
let's go look for a bookstore. While we're walking,
Okay.
Scylla's holding Lugan's hand and she kind of tugs on it a little bit. She's like, "Are the people around us acting like they normally would, Lugan?"
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I mean, and he kind of like looks around. He's like, I mean, I don't know. Are people supposed to act like this?
I don't know. It seems people around us might have their head in the clouds a little bit. That could just be from having money. I don't know. So just wanted to
Oh,
give you. I don't want to drop you off somewhere that is unsafe. Yes,
oh, no. There's, I get to go wherever I want in town. I just have to stay in town.
you get to go wherever you want.
In town, because it's
You're
super
like 5.
it's super safe here. I've never once even gotten hurt or anything. I've never even gotten a broken bone, not even once.
You've never gotten hurt
I sprained my
ever.
wrist one time.
Okay. And did you feel pain?
A little. It hurt a
Okay.
little. I'm tough though.
You
I'm
you
sure.
are very tough. Yes.
Big tough guy.
Big tough guy, especially after yesterday walking through the rain. We should get you like a scout badge or something.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we'll look for a bookstore
Okay.
for
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
computer. Turn on. Thank you. That's a 10.
So, it takes you a little while. You end up walking to up to you end up walking through the entertainment district, passing all the places I mentioned before, as well as the Taliesin Theater, the Casino Saber, the Starlight Opera House, and the Vinewood Casino. Um,
Those
you
places seem like as bumping as they should be right now.
go ahead and make an insight check for me, and tell me which one you're trying to insight on. Y'all are giving me looks. I can see it. I
It's
can
a
see it.
19.
A 19?
Um,
Okay. So
we read
there's
off the ones you just said to me again.
okay. So there's the uh there there's the Vermilion Orchid Casino, the
Okay.
Apex Concert Hall, the
Okay.
Marble Cloud Casino and Resort, the
Mhm.
Taliesin Theater, the Casino Sabre or Saber, the Starlight Opera House, and the Vinewood Casino.
Okay. The casino and resort one.
Okay. So the Marble Cloud Casino and Resort. White marble and blue silks and satins adorn every inch of this impressive maze of a building. Most of the structure lacks proper full walls, exposing much of the outside world's beauty. The floor is packed with game tables, as there are several pools of water near the rear of the building, each pool bubbling and steaming. It seems busy, but not packed by any means. And you see most people walking through this casino are dressed very well in immaculate clothing. You see very shiny shoes on a lot of them, high heels. You see just very high tax bracket here.
And there's no one drinking from a lotus flower cup at all.
You see several decorative cups, several decorative chalices, and everyone is drinking.
Lady Gaga's playing in the background.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
but yeah,
so
it
it seems like
seems it's
normal
it
business.
seems busy, but not by any means packed.
Okay.
Is-
Interesting.
Yeah. You could,
While
So
we're
it was just
walking,
if you'd like
following
to go in
all
and
this way in her head.
investigate further, or if you'd like to go in and
No, I have a child. I shouldn't go into a casino.
Okay.
But he can go wherever he wants.
Can I
You
go
can go
play the
wherever you want.
games?
Have you been allowed to play the games before?
Well, not when my mom was around.
Okay, no. Let's go
Uh,
find the book.
Oh, okay. Um, okay. Either of you, what are you two doing as they're all looking for the bookstore. Are you guys doing anything in particular? Are you sticking with the group, or are you is there anything you're on the lookout for in town?
I do want to ask Belvin a question. So, Belle, I don't know if you're on my shoulders or not. Probably, but
Probably.
hey, Belle,
Yeah.
that kid ever mentioned how he got the amulet? Do you remember?
I don't know. I mean, he found it.
Well,
Belle?
we should ask him.
You don't remember.
Yeah, he found it somewhere, I think. The more important part was when we found him in the woods sobbing and then teleporting up to a tree and sobbing and then sobbing. So I don't.
I mean, I'm pretty sure this amulet probably teleported him somewhere. But
Oh, that would make sense.
I'm gonna trot back over to Scylla. Hey, Leuven.
Leuven sees Belle on your shoulders and go, oh, I want to go up, 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 up.
Okay.
Happy.
So I guess I got a bell hanging on to, I don't know, my
We
clothes or
still
my
have a
hair.
horse. The horse didn't disappear because we went into town.
The horse
Still got
despawns when we walk
Branch.
into
You
town.
don't need to triple stack the child.
I
type
assumed that
people.
you two were on branch.
Oh, me and Leuven. Oh, I was just holding his hand because I didn't have a spot on.
I got
on
Leuven like
Leuven.
this, and I'm like, one of you has to get down. Belle, come on, switch out
All
with the
right.
kid.
I mean, I am so high up right now. You have to take me down.
Yeah. Bend to the knee. Switch
I'll
out. To...
get on branch. Zilly, you can be on branch too.
Are you good up there, Leuven? You all
I
right?
feel like I haven't walked
Yes,
on
Auntie
normal
Yvain,
legs
I'm
in
good.
like a week, so
Leuven, I need you to. Can you tell me how you found that amulet?
Well, I've always had it.
Always.
Yeah. As long as I can remember, I think. Where did I find it?
Yeah, where did you find it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I think I can't remember.
Oh. Do you remember when it started to do weird things like make you teleport?
It was when I picked it up.
Were you not allowed to touch it before?
I don't know.
It's
And
okay. It's
he
all right.
seems, you can kind of hear his voice and kind of like sense his body language. He's kind of like tensing up, and
It's okay. Don't
he's-
worry about it. I was just curious. What kind of books does your mum like?
She likes books about um people who kiss a lot.
I also like books about people who kiss a lot.
oh
I have
yeah.
a few recommendations for her. We can do that.
Okay.
Is there a bookstore your mom goes to a lot, like somewhere in town? She ever taken you to go get new books?
Yeah, we've gotten books before.
Do you know where that is, or would you be able to find it if we were to wander past it?
Um, and you can, Belle, as you're looking at him, you can see his brain. It looks like his brain is trying to process something, but it's just too much for him, and his young, like adolescent, like pre-adolescent brain just cannot understand what's happening. And you can like no insight checks necessary. He's a fucking kid. Like he's a baby.
Yeah.
He can't hide anything. He's just like
how old did we say he was?
he looks to be about he said he was like 5.5.
Oh, he is a baby.
Yeah. Little baby.
I'll tell you what, Leuven. If we wander past a store that looks familiar to you, the one that your mom likes, just point at it. We'll head right on in. Otherwise, we're going to try and find a bookstore so we can get your mom a nice new book.
Okay.
I have to find the kid that I'm thinking
So,
of.
Scylla, in an effort to find the books, you find yourself directed toward an area of the town called Sawyer Street. Asking around, you ask somebody, and let me see if I can find. Yeah, He says, "So, there's well, there's a place I believe. It's called oh, what was the place? Oh no, but that wouldn't be very helpful to you, I suppose. It's never opened. Um, just that was odd, wasn't it? Too, it sort of popped up one day. Well, that was Reader's Creed, but it looked so promising too. Um, but I think really we don't have a bookstore in town. We never really did before Reader's Creed popped up, but that was never really opened. Um,
What do you mean it
no,
popped up and then it wasn't open?
well, I don't know. It just sort of, I mean, it looked like a cozy spot. It just sort of popped up one day. Looked cozy and cheap and nice, and people went in, but nobody was ever behind the counter. So we just left it be. A few books got stolen, but we sort of just left it be. Anyway, there's a small little booth that's just opened up around the corner from it. It should be called Pocket Books. You can go check there, see if they're a bit small, but not.
Could they perchance fit in your pocket?
I mean their selection, but I'm sure a few could fit in your pocket. Yes,
All right, we'll go give it a look. Thank you so much.
of course. You have a pleasant day now, and he wanders off.
Hello,
Silently
is that-
into the into the earring. Soul just goes, "This place is fucking weird, right? I'm not. It's not just me."
Yeah, no, it's really fucking weird. So, is
Yeah.
that why they're called pocketbooks? Do they fit in your pockets?
I think it's more that you have more pockets. Pocket when you have pocketbook, pocketbook. You know, it's more pockets. It's more.
I am
Pockets.
simply more confused now than I was before, but thank you.
It's okay.
Also, you are
So
6
where
inches
would you like
behind
to
me
go?
on branch right
Yeah, I was like, aren't we right next to each other?
now.
I'm trying not to have woven heroes.
What are you guys doing?
We've got this. We picked it up on the road.
We-
It's this. Our ears are really itchy all the time for some reason.
You
just
see
one
his
of them
ears.
though.
You see his two ears just kind of like
It's not contagious. You're fine. It was a
waggling,
spell an evil wizard put on us.
and you see them kind of like,
His name is Gilmore.
okay.
I mean, do we want to go break into a
I'm very
closed /
curious
never
about
open
that.
bookstore, or go to the stand that supposedly has
I
people
mean,
at
I
it?
think we should probably go buy one like legally, and then I'm very curious about the closed bookstore personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe we get the real book and then
And
drop the
then
child
drop them
off.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Child
fair.
priority.
Hey,
yes.
Leuven, fun follow-up question to everything that's going on here.
Yeah.
From here, do you know how to get home?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So once we get a book, you can show us how to get to your house?
Uh-huh.
Great. Sounds good. Pocket books it is then.
Okay. So, you guys head down this this main street that you see is called Sawyer Street, as I mentioned before, and you do indeed see the building that has the sign over it that says Reader's Creed. It is well, we'll go into it when you guys decide to, if you guys decide to go back there. But you do pass by the Reader's Creed. You take note that it is seemingly closed, but there are very little done to the outside to make it look closed. It looks like somebody has done the bare minimum to kind of, make people keep it out of people's way. Right around the corner, though, you do see a small little stand that has the words, sort of what look like almost not hastily, but looks like it's only recently been slapped together in the last month or so. A sign that says pocketbooks, and you see sitting at the stand a young woman just sitting reading. She has blonde, mousy, kind of grayish blonde hair tied up in a bun, spectacles on the bridge of her kind of short pointed nose, human. And she is surrounded by 3 bookshelves that are double-sided. One, one on the outside, one side on the outside, one side on hers, so she can go through and select ones, but people can still also browse and go around. There are also several seemingly strategic holes in the bookcases so that she can poke her face through, or people can get her attention. But yeah, you guys approach, and she kind of looks up, closes. Hello there. Welcome to Pocket Books. Please feel free to look around and let me know if you need any help.
Yeah, will do. Do you have any recommendations for books that contain people kissing a lot? We're looking for a gift
That
for
would be
this
appropriate
one's
for a
mother.
child to give to their mother.
Yes, that's an important
Oh.
piece of information as well.
Oh, hello,
It's the most
Leuven.
raunchy smut.
She looks over the counter. She looks over the counter, and Leuven looks over and says, "Hi, Dana."
Oh, actually, if
And
you two know each other, do you know his mother as well?
oh, I do. Fine. And it's at that moment that she kind of like her eyes widen. Leuven! And she looks back down, like only just realizing like who has walked up. Leuven, where have you been? Your mother's been worried sick about you. And she grabs him by the ear and just like kind of hoists him up and he and puts
Oh,
him on the couch.
it's not his fault. I mean, it's potentially could be his fault a little bit, but
Where have you been? And who are these
he
folk?
he teleported into the jungle accidentally, and we found him
And
crying
we
in the
found
jungle.
him there, yeah.
And Leuven kind of turns like, no, they helped me, they found me, they saved me, these are my adventurer friends. And she looks and goes, oh, you saved him, did you? Well, at least there are some good souls left in this world. Well, your mother would be so happy to see you, and you said you're looking for a book for her. And he goes, yeah, I want to have a present for her so she maybe isn't as mad when I come home. She goes, right, well, I think that might be a good idea. She's going to be very angry at you. And she kind of goes over, she sets him down on the counter and goes over to her shelves and reaches up and kind of pulls one down. She has been eyeing this one for a while. Why not give it as a gift?
Perfect. Yes, that's
And
great.
so she kind of wraps it up in a piece of paper and she says, well, you all did save little Leuven here, and he is the town treasure, of course. So, on the house today, shall we?
Oh,
And
thank you.
as a thank you for saving the child.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks.
Sure.
Well,
Great.
you better get home now, little love. He hops down off of the counter with the book in his arms.
All right, Leuven, let's get you home. Make sure that you make it back there in one piece.
Okay. So he trots off down the street, makes a few turns, and you find yourself outside of a relatively nice building. You've noticed that as you went further into Sawyer Street, and you see that there are cross streets here, but each of them say "and Sawyer." It's all seemingly, instead of districts, there seem to be main roads that the districts are then built around, and this seems to be the Sawyer Street district. So, you stand in front of a house that is decent. As I said, as you progressed through the Sawyer district, you've noticed that the houses have gotten a little less fancy, a little more homely. It's more like going from the residential area in the city to going to the residential area in the suburbs kind of vibe. It's still, people have money here, but it's not quite it's not quite mansion money. It's like upper middle class. And this is a 2-story house. You see a room up in the top with a bunch of flowers that have seemingly withered and died. You unfortunately, you see another room with what looks like a a handmade flag draped out of the window with some sort of clumsily drawn or painted crest on it. You kind of incite that might be Leuven's. You see another window down at the bottom as well, and outside in the garden you see a Harangon woman, older, in about like maybe her mid 40s, late 50 or mid 40s, early 40s. And she's just tending to a garden patch that she has in her front yard. And as you guys approach, Leuven comes bounding up, screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy!" And just runs up and leaps, and she turns and goes, "Oh!" and catches him and tumbles down backwards. And as she comes up, she is just and at the same time boxing him around the ears, just like, "Where did you go? How could you leave me?" And just like it's like that for a good minute and a half before it she kind of notices your presence. He goes, "Oh, who are you all then?"
Hey, we
Hello.
found I'm
Leuven.
Belbin. Yeah, we found Leuven in the
Jungle.
jungle.
Yeah.
What? How did you get into the jungle? And Leuven says, "I don't know. I had this weird thing that my medallion, and then and she goes, "What medallion are you talking about? We don't have a medallion." And he says, "But I got it, and then I touched it, and then I disappeared, and I was whoa, 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 and then I was in the jungle, and it was scary, and then these guys found me, and I was scared, and then they helped me out, and then they told me they're adventurers, like your brother, like my uncle, and she just kind of just claps a hand over his mouth and just says, "That's enough out of you, little one. I think it's time that you went to take a nice long bath because you stink." And he goes, "No!" Just starts screaming and struggling and like
Leuven,
fighting
Leuven,
and
give her the book. Give
kicking.
her the book, Leuven. Leuven, give her the book.
Oh, I'm sorry I was gone. And she hands out the book, and she goes, "Oh, my sweet little man," and just kind of like hugs him, cuddles him close, and she's, "Oh, that's so sweet." And she kind of opens, like, kind of like rips a bit of the wrapper and looks, and she goes, "Oh, how did you get this? Did you take this from? Did you take this from Dana?" And he goes, "No, no, 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 no. It was a present, 'cause I was gone." And she goes, "I'll have a conversation with her about that. All right. Well, let's get you inside. Please come in. Let me get you a drink. Let me make you something. Are you hungry? Make you something to eat, please. Just please. I insist."
This one is always hungry. So
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
very true. Evain, are you gonna be able to fit in this house?
Am I going to be able to fit in this house?
Huh?
Am I
Yes,
gonna fit?
it seems like there
would
is a
you like to
normal
be a
sized door.
hamster?
These are medium-sized creatures. These are not like super tiny. Like these are like, yeah, about 4 to 5 foot creatures. So they're not like incredibly small. It's not like Belbin sized. So yes, you might have to crouch a little bit, but you can fit.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fantastic.
that would be great.
Please,
I'm
come on, come.
Yvain.
Pleasure. I am Margaret. Pleasure to meet you.
All right. It's a little close to home, but okay right now.
So you guys head in, and I would like you guys all to make a just a general perception check as you walk in. No saving throws, just a perception check.
Stop me, bitch. I got +6.
Come on, dude.
You
I got a
can't stop me a
natural
little
20.
bit. It was 14.
Okay.
Bell wins.
Bell.
Listen, it's severely offset by Yvain. It's okay.
So Bell, you as you head in, you notice there's something about the house. It seems kind of echoey. Just like there's a bit, like there's just too much space. That's the best you can. That's the best I can. Well, I mean, was this a natural 20?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. There's too much space. And okay, you know what? Hold on. For
There's a
that, I'm
secret
gonna give
room.
you
The
a
outside doesn't match the inside.
little whisper.
They're
Hug.
not
No,
really
no,
bunny
it's
people.
not. It's not quite. It's not quite TARDIS level.
No, it's halfway through the movie at the big mansion where the random person realizes that like that corner doesn't exist on the inside of the house, but it exists on the outside. So there has to be like a secret painting or something that opens into a bomb shelter.
Is Kate still with us?
Oh yeah.
That's weird. Okay.
Been actively
So-
ignoring her.
Margaret sits you guys down at the kitchen table and kind of just drags Leuven off to the kitchen sink and just begins bathing him right there, just washing him in the sink.
That's fair.
As she does, she asks you all questions. So how exactly did you find my poor little boy?
He was telling you the truth. He was teleporting a bunch of places.
Teleporting.
Yeah, like
Well, how was he doing that?
Well,
Not
we
entirely clear.
heard crying, so we went to investigate. And when I saw him, he got scared of me. Of course, I'm big. And then as soon as he got scared, he just went, "Bloop," and he was up in the tree. And then we eventually got him out of the tree, and he had this amulet. Hold on a moment.
don't.
Can I make an intelligence check?
Go ahead.
Also, to be clear, when we say crying, we do mean big, tough sounds of a big adventurer that was being very brave in the woods.
There were no tears.
You can
No tears at all.
you hear
Biggest
14.
and toughest.
14. Okay, what are you trying to intelligence?
Since she kind of understands that touching it is probably the thing, like this is the thing that probably made him teleport. She got that much from when she did her weird magic-y shit.
Okay.
Would she remember in this moment, maybe, not to touch this thing with her bare hands?
Yes, not to touch it with your bare hands, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you're
like,
pulling
hold
it
on,
out?
let me get
You want me to do it? I'm wearing
Dexterity
gloves.
saving throw.
uh yeah, you are wearing gloves. Hold on, just think of it. So she'll hold out the bag of holding to you.
Okay. Scylla, are you're pulling it out?
I'm wearing gloves.
Okay, cool. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I hope I teleport. Alex wants to do it. Aw, unnatural 20.
What, natural 20?
Unnatural 20. Dirty 20.
Unnatural 20. Okay. So as you reach in, you kind of grab it by the edge and kind of just delicately kind of pull it out and lay it on the table.
I think touching it activates whatever was happening to him. But yeah. Is that familiar to
See?
you?
Never seen it before in my life.
And Leuven,
That's-
you don't remember how you got it.
And she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." Drowning the child. No. And she kind of just dries him off a bit and plops him in a chair along with the rest of you. And just kind of looks at him. "Sweetie, where did you get this?" And she like gestures toward the amulet. And he goes, I think I've always had it, or I found it. My brain can't decide."
That's fair. My brain can't decide things most of the time.
And she kind of looks at him confused. "What do you mean your brain can't decide, honey?" And he goes, "I don't know. My brain just keeps telling me that I found it, but that I've also always had it."
Steven, would you mind doing your magic seeing thingy? Just like real quick for me.
Yeah, sure. I'll do magical awareness.
Something's about to
Sure.
happen. It's not a problem. I promise.
Oh, okay.
She's just gonna look a little strange.
Okay. Um,
So
what are you
yeah, she'll
looking
use
for,
magical
Yvain?
awareness.
What?
Yeah. So what am I doing?
I just want you to look around. It's all.
Take a fucking gander.
Take a fucking
Oh
look.
yeah, I'll see if anything's magical within 60 feet. So
Nothing but what you guys have on you and the amulet itself.
no, so it's just our stuff and the amulet.
It's. I don't know. He's saying the fact that he's saying that he's remembering it one way and then remembering it another way is giving me very interesting something's magic-y happening. So I was kind of hoping it would just be really easy and like you saw magic like around their brains and I could just be like, oh, dispel magic, and it would be fine. That's where I was hoping the easy path would lie. That's the train of thought after
Well, Livin, do you remember what you were doing before you started teleporting?
I was playing with my friends.
Okay.
And then and then I held the thingy, and then I was gone.
You remember where you were playing?
I think I was playing on South Sawyer, or like yeah, by Jim's house.
Jim?
Yeah, he's my friend.
I hope so. You're playing with people you like.
Yeah, he's my friend.
And does Jim have any sort of adventuring uncle of any kind?
That works at the butcher shop.
Okay, I don't think a butcher would have a. Would I? Can I make a magic-y check to understand this amulet? Because I never did.
The
I just let it
amulet?
ride.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead and make an Arcana check. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Can I assist just because she just wants to take a closer look at it?
Sure, go ahead. Make an Arcana check.
Alex knows what it is, but I want Zilla to know what it is.
Fuck.
Wait, did I get an assist? Did I get
Yes.
an assist?
Yes.
Okay. And better than the 6. It's a 15.
15. Okay. This is a blink medallion.
Thank you. I
The
I knew
ruby in
what
the
it's called.
center, when tapped, this is a legendary item. It is unlimited. You can blink once per turn.
And you said that it's activated, so was he just accidentally hitting it, or?
Yes, it can be. So from what you can tell, there are runes around the side, and if you speak its command word, it can basically just be turned on and just blink, 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 blink. If you speak the command word again, there are runes around the side that tell you what it is. Well, do you speak Draconic? No.
No.
Does anyone speak Draconic? No? Okay. Didn't think so. So yeah, you don't know what the word is. So you can tell that anything by like you can kind of infer that even by brushing the ruby with like, you know, with your hand or something, even with gloves on, would activate the spell and blink you somewhere within, I think it's 30 or 60 feet. But
Okay.
he basically just
And
held
the
down
ruby's in the middle?
He basically just held down the button. What is what must have happened to him? Because it just went. Because he just described it as going like, and you kind of infer he must have rapidly blinked until he was miles away.
Okay. Scylla's just gonna pick it up and make sure she doesn't touch the ruby.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I
You're
didn't
fine.
look at it enough. I'm sorry. I know how it works. It just wasn't.
What is it?
I think he was holding down the on button. It's the red ruby right in the middle. So if you touch it, you'll blink away. But he must have been holding it down, so he was like blinking further and further away from where he was until he let go. And then we probably scared him and it brushed up. I guess it seems like it's very sensitive though. That does not explain how he got it.
No.
Just
But
like
it seems crazy powerful, BT dubs. I'm gonna put it back in the bag. So
Okay. Holds it out. Yeah.
You guys knowing now how it works, you guys no longer have to make dexterity saves when you pick
do
it up.
any of you speak Draconic, BT dubs?
No.
what?
I do. No, I'm just kidding.
We can turn it off, but we need the word, and the word's on the side, and I don't read it.
I'm sure you'll find some nerd to help us out.
Probably. Okay.
Well, that's one problem solved. We don't know how he got outside, nor who gave him the amulet, though.
Well, he. Margaret, is it true that Leuven can go wherever he wants, or is that something that he just kind of told us?
Well, he's allowed to go on Sawyer Street, but he's not allowed to leave the city or go past Sawyer Street.
Great. Sounds good. So.
That sounds much more reasonable than allowed to go anywhere.
He said that he has an uncle who adventures.
Oh, my brother.
Could this be your brother's?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him for quite a while.
Huh.
It's been a few months since he's been home.
Interesting. All right. Well,
but maybe he left it with him the last time he was here. I don't know. I never asked him. Did your uncle give this to you? And Leuven goes, I don't think so. And it's just a repeat of the last every time you ask him.
Surely he would have hit the large red button in the middle prior to right now, and teleported away somewhere else. If he had left it several months ago. Well,
I don't know where else he could have got it. It's just me and him here.
Does anybody adventure in town? Or sell magical items or anything?
You might be able to find some for sale or for prizes at the casinos, but that's the extent of it. It's not. It's a pretty rich town, I'll give you that, but not much magical around here that isn't held up by the top brass.
It's fair. I mean, sorry. I don't know that we need to hold up your entire day here. You were in the
I have
middle of
one more
something.
question. Do you know anything about gophers?
Gophers?
Like the
Well,
rodent?
when I was walking into town, there was like gopher holes that I watched a cat fall into. He was like, ah, a hole. And he kind of like tripped. And then I turned around and there were no longer gopher holes.
Okay.
Wondering if you have like
quick pause. Alex, I have no clue what you're talking about.
I don't like that.
What?
I could be hallucinating our conversation.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry. Belle, you still got that feeling.
Mm-hmm. No, I figured.
I'd like you to go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Oh boy. Let's go again. 18.
Okay.
I was gonna keep it
you
alive.
guys were given coffee. You guys were given like hot cups of coffee and some like looks like she had made some pastries that morning. So yeah, you know me. Everyone in my world has pastries.
As they should.
It's
the best
simple,
world,
dude. Everything should come in a crust. You noticed when she was pulling out the mugs for the coffee, there were a set of his and hers mugs. And you also noticed that she said it's just the two of them here. As well as looks like several other mugs that seem like 3 other mugs, one with an L, one with a B and one with an F on it.
Anyway, sorry. We don't need to be taking up your entire day here. You obviously had something you were working on, and you should probably be able to get back to your son. Reintroducing him. Though I will say, if you need anything, we're going to be in town for a good few days here, or nearabouts town.
Scylla, where is this thing we're going to?
Where is this that we're going to?
You were
It's on an
told.
island.
You were told Phelan
Whatever.
at the Horizon's Rest.
We are going to the Horizon's Rest, wherever
So,
that is.
We'll
Oh, that's-
be
You guys aren't.
there.
I'm guessing you guys aren't from around here.
No.
Or they have
I'm
the
from
local
down
vibe
this. I'm from Port Tamale, but not around
Okay, okay.
here.
From
Well,
Taldore.
the Horizon's Rest is the local temple to the Dawnfather.
Oh,
They're getting married. I guess that makes kind of sense.
we're here for a wedding.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it should be great.
That makes even more sense. There are plenty of weddings booked at the Horizon. It is a lovely wedding venue. Not quite, never been there myself, but I know it's lovely.
I'm sure it is. It's rather, large it seems. But so we'll be staying somewhere nearabouts there, probably somewhere in town. I
Oh
don't know
well,
we have-
if you're gonna be staying anywhere, I highly recommend you avoid the hotels in the on Somali Way. They are incredibly overpriced and for very, very rich, snooty people. If you want just a nice, cozy place to stay, I would absolutely recommend the Rebel Oak Tavern.
That is fantastic information to have. And I
Yes,
appreciate you very much for it.
Absolutely.
Because that is probably where we will be then, for at least several days here. If anything happens, you need anything.
Well, if you all need anything, you all return my son to me. Honestly, I wish there was more I could do than just giving you coffee.
Justus, this is fantastic. More than you
Yes,
could
thank you
understand.
so much for your hospitality.
One moment. She heads upstairs and she comes back down, or not heads upstairs, she heads out of the room, and you hear doors opening, and she comes out. I do have something I can give you. And she pulls out what looks to be a rapier, a sort of a long with a long sword, very thin, and it's in a beautiful scabbard, as well as a belt sheath. This I don't know how else to say it, appeared in my closet earlier this morning.
Today.
Yes. It was strange. I have no idea where it came from. I thought this entire time, I thought Leuven was hiding from me, angry about something, and I thought maybe he was trying to play tricks on me or something. Or maybe my uncle or maybe my brother had come home and he was playing tricks, but I've never seen this before, and this, along with... You are adventurers, aren't you?
That's what they tell us, at least.
Yes.
Well, then maybe you could help me with this, a bit of a mystery, because this appeared along with an entire closet full of clothing that wasn't mine.
Solid. I mean, not to be presumptuous anyway, can we come take a look?
Sure, absolutely. One moment, please. She runs in her room. You hear a couple of drawers closing, and you hear just like pitter patter, pitter 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 pitter, and just come on in. And you can see that she's kind of like quickly made the bed, and So you walk in and it's a standard bedroom, queen, like a king size bed. There's a chest of drawers on kind of opposite the bed. There are two bedside tables, one on either side as well, and then a closet in the corner.
Do we, on our way there, do we walk past any other rooms that like strike as odd?
You walk past. What do you mean odd?
I don't know. Like, do we happen to walk past three other bedrooms in a row with like L, B, and F like slapped on the door or something?
Not quite. This is the only other room
Okay,
downstairs. All the other
sounds good.
bedrooms are upstairs.
Okay.
Does it seem like
So
everything's like split? Like,
Go ahead and make an insight check.
God, Stella, stop it! That's it's okay. Okay, insight 11.
11. I mean, maybe it's big enough for two people, but like you've heard of people with money, and this family definitely has more money than you ever had. So maybe she's just fancy and likes her space.
I think that's fair. So this closet full of clothes.
Right. She walks over, opens the closet. Here, and she pulls out this sack. I put them all in here. None of these belong to me. They're all men's clothing for one, and I've never seen them before in my life.
Interesting.
Are there any other signs that another person would have been cohabitating with her in this room?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll pull like a whatever the top piece of clothing out
Okay.
is and hold it up.
You see a blue coat with what looks to be a couple of golden trim on it, with it seemed to be medals pinned to the front.
17.
17. Yes, you do. You see a pair of slippers on one side of the bed. She's currently wearing her own house shoes. You see two sets of pillows. You see an indentation in the bed.
I was
Where
gonna wonder about that.
where two people seem to have slept. There's kind of like a hump in the middle where it seems like two people have been sleeping on either side. As well, you also see a pipe that is on one side of the bed and a book on the other.
Do you have a partner?
No, I don't. It's been me and Leuven for, well, since he's been born.
Interesting. Is this coat like Hernagon sized or is it like
Hernagon
human
sized?
Okay.
Adult Hernagon sized.
Well, sure, yeah. This is a rather fancy coat.
Yeah, go ahead and make a. You can go ahead and make a quick insight check as well.
Insight. 4.
Low DC, super low.
4.
You cannot fathom what this might be. The DC was 5, bro.
You bumped my wisdom if it used to be -2. Imagine.
Margaret, it's just that there are other things in this room, like this pipe, the slippers.
She looks incredibly confused. I've never seen those. I thought they were. I thought they might be part of the prank.
Yeah. You go, you babe.
I'm so sorry, Margaret. This is going to seem very strange. Can you just kind of hold still for a moment?
What are you going to do?
I'm just going to check to see if there's anything magical in the room or anything magical with you.
Is it going to hurt?
No.
Make a persuasion check.
Hasn't hurt yet, at least. So
5.
I'm sorry. This is all just a little strange for me. I'd really prefer not to, if that's all right. In fact, I'm sorry. Maybe I shouldn't be troubling you with all of this. It's quite strange, and you all are are perfect strangers. I really appreciate what you've been able to do and how you helped my son. And if there's anything that I can do for you all, please just let me know. But I think I can probably handle this. It was probably just my brother pulling a prank or something.
Of course. Yeah. No, not to worry. We'll get out of your way then. Let you get back to your day.
Could
Like
I
I
just
said,
say bye to Leuven real quick? We kind of
oh, all right, go
we
ahead.
made buds on the
Of
road. I
course.
had a dog, you know, we hang out for a little while.
He is quite the little rascal, and he can be a lot to love.
Yes.
All right. Leuven, come say goodbye to your friends. And he comes trouncing down the stairs. You guys going?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna get on the road.
Oh, okay. Are you guys gonna come back?
Honestly, yeah,
We're
probably
gonna
at
be in
some
town
point.
for a while.
We'll be around, so we'll
Okay.
if we
Well,
get some
if you,
time in the next couple days, we'll come find you on your street somewhere.
yeah, if you ever want to play, come play.
We will, yeah.
Okay. Well, bye. And he runs up and gives you each a hug. Thank you
While he's
guys.
hugging Scylla, can she? This is such a bad idea.
Oh, what are you gonna do,
Can,
Scylla?
when she gives him a hug, can she kneel down and like pat him on the back and cast dispel magic on him at 4th level? This is a check.
Me.
It says that it doesn't have any. As she's saying bye, she's verbal and somatic, so there's no like. It says doesn't say anything about it making like a light or anything.
The spell magic. Vocal and somatic. So you have to. Okay. So you have to say a word. All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me. And. Oof, sleight of hand. Sleight of hand.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Without an issue. You pat him on the chest and he goes, "Oh, that tickles." Without. Nothing seems to change.
And so just goes, if you remember where you found that medallion, buddy, just give us a holler, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Thank you both
Was it?
so much, Leuven. We'll see you around soon, I'm sure.
Thank you all. I really appreciate all your help. I'm so sorry.
No, no trouble at all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And
All right.
thank you again for the tip on the tavern.
All right. Have a wonderful day. And she leads you out, closes the door behind you. And you guys find yourself on South Sawyer Street with the rest of the town in front of you. And I think there's a good time to pause and take a quick little bio break. So we'll be back here in like 5-10 minutes. All right. All right, welcome back. So you guys have just left Leuven's house and are back on South Sawyer Street. What would you like to do?
When we're
Scylla
like down on the street. Hey, what the fuck was that?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, her
Oh, well.
she's missing several people from that home. Probably.
Wait, more than the husband?
Yeah. I think there's probably 2 more kids.
Do you think he was playing
Or
with
there's
his
like a whole
brothers?
polycule thing going on there. I mean, unless Jim is spelled with a B or an F at the beginning of it, probably not. I'm kind of amazed
What?
you guys didn't notice that because I don't notice shit.
I was like really, I don't know, that like I feel like I don't know, I feel like I'm going kind of crazy. It's fine. It's fine.
Why?
I don't
What's
know.
going on?
I don't know.
No, Scylla.
I mean, I
What
was a
is
little
it?
worried about you because you're asking about gophers.
That's the thing I feel like I'm going crazy about.
Can you
have
elaborate?
Yeah, like I've got a thing with owls and birds, and we know that. That's on the table. Do you have a thing with gophers?
No, weirdly, not one of the animals that tried to kill me as a child. But I swear, when we came into town, I saw gopher holes and I watched the cat fall into it. It was kind of funny.
Cat?
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah. Well, then when I turned around, they weren't there anymore.
Okay,
are you
that makes
feeling
more
all right?
sense.
I don't know. And then I don't know if you guys noticed, I cast a pretty high level spell on Lumen and nothing happened.
You try and kill him?
No, I cast a spell magic on him.
Oh. You gotta tell us what kind of spell if you're gonna just say high level, because, like...
I only have a couple and all of them are painful.
So,
It didn't seem to change anything.
sure. Scylla, do you feel okay?
Uh,
Can I make a medicine check on Scylla? It's gonna go great. I am a doctor. 14. That went better than I thought.
She seems confused, but I mean, she's a naturally kind of she looks spooky all the time,
Yeah, and we
but
exist in a world where
nothing
we're
out of the
beating shit
ordinary.
constantly. So,
Nothing
like,
out of the ordinary for Scylla. Just a little confused and nervous.
okay.
I'm also like nervous. Like, are Telly and Porter here right now?
They're your friends. We don't know.
I'm more saying in the fact of, are we gonna like, are they gonna fucking remember me if we go see them?
I mean,
Uh,
I would
I will
hope
be
so.
very upset. I will be very upset.
Wait, are you implying that there's like a thing happening with the whole town?
come on.
I mean, it would seem weird to be like localized. And did you watch the people like walk around and then turn around and look
No.
confused in the square? You didn't see that? Okay.
No.
That shit happens
Now
to
I'm
me
not
all the
feeling good.
time.
Now I'm not feeling good. Oh god.
You're telling me you never walk into a room, forget why you're there, and then turn back around, and then remember when you get back out of the
I
room, turn
don't
back around, and then
walk
forget when you get back in the
outside
room.
like that.
Why not? We spend too much time outside for that to not be a regular thing for you.
No, I really don't do that.
That's how I exist. That is my
You should work on
constant
that. That's dangerous.
Do you think this could have been like a mental break thing? Like that woman like lost her family and she just can't cope with it. It's like
But why
coping
would
mechanism.
Leuven not remember it as well?
That's true. I don't know. Magical
Question:
fuck
Are you
shit.
guys walking and talking, or are you guys?
I think it's kind of
I
an
think we're walking.
I think it's kind of a wander and talk because we don't know where the fuck we're going right now.
I think Scylla would kind of like try to lead them towards whatever temple they need to go to just to scope it out, but she doesn't know where
Okay.
she's going. So she's probably just like wandering and
You
looking
did
for a big
see
white building.
as you were looking around for the bookstore, you did see a temple in the center of the town, right
Oh,
outside
then
of.
Scylla's probably subconsciously leading them back that way.
Okay, Yvain, go ahead and make a deck save for me.
Does it matter that I'm likely on her shoulders?
Can I see what it is that I'm trying to avoid?
No.
Okay. Cool. 17.
Okay, please continue on with your discussion.
Nice.
So she said that all these clothes appeared this morning, which
Yeah.
makes me think that they were there yesterday, which means that she knew why they were there yesterday.
That would make sense.
I mean, don't get me wrong, magic is some fuck shit and I don't understand it at all, but I don't think clothes are randomly conjured all the time, especially like nice clothes, like that fancy blue jacket and all that.
And she said she thinks it's a prank. That's a really fucking weird prank.
Oh, did she give us that rapier or did she just like bring it out to show us?
No, she gave it to you as a thank
Okay.
you.
Cool.
Yeah, just a standard. It's a standard non-magical +1 rapier.
Cool.
I cannot use that. Someone else must take it.
It is versatile.
That fucker is so
It is
long.
metal.
fucker's so long.
Yeah, more
Like a
reach
me
for
and a half.
you.
Yeah. You should keep it, Belle, just in case something comes and like you're the only
Bell it
one that
when
cannot
if you
defend
try to
yourself.
belt it on, it does drag.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. I need you to understand something, guys. I am small.
You could maybe put it on. No, I'm not there.
But I could
You put
hold
it on
it
your
for
back?
you.
Yeah, you put it on your back. You strap it on your back.
What if
Broadsword.
instead,
Yes.
right? And hear me out on this
You
one.
like the little mouse in that movie.
What if we belt it to Branch's stomach and stick it out the front? So then we have like a
Like a piton.
sure. I was just gonna think Branch can run people over and stab him in the face with it.
That is the world's flimsiest bayonet.
This is a great idea, and there are no problems with it at all.
I feel like I'd rather have you have a +1 weapon, Belle. Just personally.
Why?
Because it is a good weapon that could potentially save you from being, I don't know, murdered.
When was the last time you saw me punch something that wasn't
What
you?
if you ran out of spells? You can
Does
do
this
that.
thing
I don't
have a
know if you know
sheath?
that. You can do
Yes,
that.
it does. A very nice one.
Could I possibly belt it to like my thigh, like the side of my thigh?
But if we think this guy exists, should we not give that back
We
to
should
him?
for
No,
sure give it back to
find
him, yeah. For sure.
It's not. It's not like a dagger to
rapier.
you. Like it's still a
Oh,
it's still
no.
a it's still a normal size sword. But yes, I suppose you could. The fucking basketed
Wait, I have-
hilt might
have a
give you
rapier,
some trouble. on
never
Model
the
right
mind.
ride.
here.
Well, we'll just put it in the bag of holding, and then if you need it.
You're gonna strap this to your thigh.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna strap to your thigh.
Yeah, it's got a basketed hilt and a fucking like 2-foot blade. Or like no, not
Ooh,
2 feet,
dirty
like a
ones.
fucking like 4.5-foot blade.
That is so much bigger than me. I can't use that.
Try harder, Belle.
No.
Just put it in the bag.
Also, something mechanically is telling me that I
3 feet.
have no proficiency with this sword. I don't understand.
All right.
Well, I
It
can't
is
touch
around
it.
this
so-
time. It is around this time that you arrive at the well, first you actually arrive at a lush, beautiful jungle garden. All different kinds of pothos plants and different kinds of weeping trees and all sorts of jungle flora and fauna that bloom in beautiful colors are planted all throughout this large park. Like it's a small park. It's either a small park or a large garden, somewhere in between the two. But it is beautiful, and at the center is a large gazebo, as well as a beautiful field that surrounds it, and a pathway that leads up to a large temple that you would assume is the Horizon's Rest. There is a large emblem of a sun emblazoned into the stained glass window above the front doors, and the front doors are open. You can see two Zalezo standing outside, just kind of nonchalantly standing guard, as well. And you can, well, yeah, that's actually all about you notice it at this point.
Tally and Porter didn't tell us where they were staying while they were here, right? Just the location of the wedding.
Nope. They just invited you, and keep in mind the wedding is in a week and a half.
But they could just be here already, getting ready.
So, just
Still
reminding
have
you,
her anxieties about
reminding
losing
you
her
of the
family
time
forever.
frame. Reminding you of the time frame.
I thought we had lost a lot more time than that in the jungle. Just as a
Nope,
defense for Alex.
you guys made pretty solid time, if we're being real. You guys hit very few day. You only hit like really one day of bad weather at the end that slowed you down. You lost like a day. So you have a little under a week and a half. A little over a week.
So is this where the wedding is happening?
Sorry, where are we again?
At the Horizon's Rest, at the temple that you were told.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex is tired. She's worked a lot this week.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
Um,
I get it. It's really fine.
I had to run a double rehearsal last night, so it was 2 rehearsals happening at one time, and the teacher
Oh,
was out, and I'm the director for neither of them. So that
God
was really fun for
damn.
me. Um, uh, so we here at the temple,
Yeah,
I
that's
was
that's
just
where the wedding is happening. Is this also maybe where people would be able to tell us that like, hey, people have been disappearing, and they don't remember that they've been disappearing, and that kind of
we
thing?
should definitely check some like bars or something. I feel like that's a good place to go.
Agreed.
I mean, I agree for several reasons, but I do want to follow that up with, um, a 5-year-old child found an amulet, presumably in the street, that teleported him miles away. So like, fucking anything could be happening here.
That's true. I mean, he did. It does only teleport you like, what do we decide, 30, 60 feet?
Within 60 feet.
It does only just teleport you like maybe 60 feet ish, but he was like spamming it. Like he was just holding it down and he was just sending it boom, 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 boom. That's what he was. He
Have
just
you
kept
used
going.
it at all?
I have not touched it.
Okay. Because
I do want it. Alex wants it.
So
Hmm.
yeah, just like, I don't mean that there are, 100 of those floating around. I just mean that like something brought that thing here, and that fell into the hands of a literal child. And scary shit usually precedes things falling into the hands of children.
I will say rich people are like fucking wild. So,
That's fair,
just keep
actually.
that in mind.
Yeah, they do some fuck shit all the time. Trying to get all this
But
out before
children,
I walk into the holy
I
place.
just kind of wanted to go look at the temple and make sure like Tally and Porter weren't like wandering around, no memories or anything. That's just my inner anxieties coming out. Um,
Do you want to maybe ask the temple staff if they've arrived and
that's a good idea.
coordinated?
Yeah, I assumed we were going to go into the temple, right?
I mean, I feel like we always go into a temple we find we ask their people weird questions and we find out
That's
more
no
fuck
matter
shit
where we
about what's
go,
going
though.
on. I feel like we've done it every single place we've gone.
Yeah, that's like our whole shtick at this point.
Yeah.
temple questioners, you guys finally have a name.
Makes us sound like traveling atheists.
Yeah, I mean, it's big and fucking fancy. We should go in and see if, you know, any wayward souls have appeared or some shit. I don't know.
The temple tantrums. I'm sorry. Anyway.
Uh,
Did you just sneeze?
So you guys head in,
tight.
and it is a vacuous cathedral-like space. High ceilings, beautiful, intricate carvings in all of the structures and the construction of this particular building. It is beautiful. There are vines intertwining around everything. You can see that there are within this temple 2 other smaller, what look to be oh God, what's the word? I'm losing it. Oh God, altars. 2 smaller altars, one seemingly to the Wild Mother and the other to the Stormlord. Um, you did notice that there was a dock in town, so it would make sense that a place like this would have these 3 gods in such high regard. Um, as you see several, like many offerings left at the Wild Mother statue, as well as the Stormlord's one. You see a small sermon in session. A small crowd in a few pews all around a cleric who is intoning in soft, dulcet, monotone tones.
Married.
of how the Dawn Father is our savior.
That's
No.
a Catholic service. Got it. Okay.
One's kind of falling
yeah,
asleep.
There's one person who is in look to be farmer's clothes who's just sat quietly in front of the Wild Mother's statue and just sitting quietly. But are you looking for anybody or anything in particular?
Scylla's first looking around, and is she weirded out by how fancy this place is? Like, AKA, is she thinking how the fuck Italian porter of all people are fucking affording this?
They must. How the fuck? How
Okay,
the
that's
actual
what I
fuck?
thought. That's what I thought.
Yo, what?
She's just standing there, just like looking around, just like really like she was already kind of weirded out when they told her the destination, and you're like, I don't know, maybe they're in like a little place off. And she's looking around and she's like, oh no, no idea how this is going on. Still
Scylla, do you
just
have
looks
to go to the
immensely weirded
bathroom?
out.
Scylla, do you have to go to the bathroom? Your face
No.
is making a weird shape.
Keep your voice down.
Alright.
Service.
Echo,
do you
echo,
have to go
echo,
to the
echo.
bathroom?
Do we remember how I've brought up how I grew up? Yes,
Yeah.
poor orphan. Do you
Orphan,
remember
yeah.
what I told you about Tally and about getting a fucking scholarship to the Soldiers Academy, and one of them's a fucking guard?
Yeah.
How are you doing the math here? Because the math is not mathing about how
Did
they're
she-
fucking getting married here.
Did you get
Yeah.
like a fucking job as an instructor or something?
I don't think it pays that well. Teacher salaries fucking suck.
Oh yeah, and like unless she like made tenure or something. Probably
She's
not.
my age. She cannot make tenure.
Yeah, she's an
What's the-
adjunct at best.
What's the hang up?
I
I'm a
am
little
20 years old.
sorry. What's the hang up? I'm a little confused on that one.
We're fucking poor, Belvin. This is a giant fucking cathedral of mass. Whatever the fuck goes on in cathedrals.
Oh, and it's expensive. Got it.
We're also in like one of the most expensive places, like in this area. When our home is like right down the street. Sorry, I'm not
Okay.
doubting my friends. I just think this is fucking weird.
Also,
Did they
I
get a
just
bunch
have
of
to
money
say-
and not send me any? That's really fucking rude of them. I'm gonna have some words with them.
well,
We're gonna have some
Oh.
fucking.
hopefully they remember who you are. So,
I don't say that. I don't say that.
Also, Scylla, I feel like I really need to be very clear on this. We had to go through the jungle for like a week to get here. It's not right down the road.
I mean, like, it's not in Amman. It's not in Taldore.
It's way the fuck over that way. Sorry.
That's
Way
pretty
over that
close.
way.
It's pretty close. It's fine.
Okay. Do we need to talk to someone here?
I don't know what to talk to. I'm the only church person I'm good with is Hannah, and no one else.
Okay, because either we should step outside and stop whispering to each other in the back of this massive, massive open room, or we should find someone and talk to them in a different, not this room.
Do I see anybody that seems more like staffy than like the man who's like I'm ignoring?
You see another person in robes standing at the back, kind of just like seemingly just maybe.
Do they seem
stopping
like
by.
an altar boy, and I definitely shouldn't be speaking to them while there's a service going on?
No, they don't seem like they have a job to be doing. They seem like they are just kind of standing there listening.
I don't want to bug him. Do we listen to the
bug him?
stupid sermon? Do you want to bug him?
Yeah, that's fine. What am I asking him? Like, what's the in? What do we got going here? Say, hey, we wanted to ask you something real quick. Or, hey, have you noticed anything weird happening? Or, hey, our friends are getting married here in like a week, and we wanted to check in on that.
We can open with that and then segue into are you losing your memories?
I like that plan.
The first one's more normal.
Is there a way to ask a random person to come into a different room with you and two of your friends, and without making it seem like you're about to either
Like
fight them or
jumping.
fuck them?
I think the church looks down on both of those things.
Probably on church grounds, yeah.
I don't know. They can do it in the Senate, so
Let's just fucking
Excuse
run.
me, we need some assistance. Could we step outside so that we're not disturbing the service?
I like that one. That's good. Hello.
Oh, and you see this elder, the man up on the altar is in, mid-50s. The man who turns around and to answer you is in maybe his mid-80s. He is an elder, and he
Amazing.
kind of and he leans down on. He has a staff that he kind of as you kind of gesture him in, just, can I help you, young man?
Yeah, actually, we're visiting town. We have a friends getting married here in a little over a week, and we had some questions about accommodations, things like that. Would we be able to step?
Come.
Yeah, thank you.
And he gestures to you, and he kind of leads you off into a sort of antechamber on the side, and he plops himself behind a desk. Right, and opens a large ledger in front of him. Well, my name is Father Alford, cleric of the Dawn Father, and I am also the presiding minister in the temple. So you are fortuitous, my good friend, that I am the man you chose to speak to. So, what is the name that the wedding is registered under?
Tally and Porter Stone.
Stone. Ah, yes, Stone. Next week.
Yes. Do you know if they've? I know it's early. Have they arrived yet? Have they made any recent contact for?
Not according to my record. They did send word that they were on their way. That was about, I'd say, half a week ago. Maybe 3 to 4 days. It was a week's journey from where they were traveling from. My understanding. To my understanding, the destination is a surprise to the bride. So, apparently, there might be a little bit of a travel detours made here and there. So I was told it was sort of a pre-honeymoon of some sort. But they should be arriving within the week. Are you on the guest list?
Yes.
I believe so.
All right.
Okay.
What would be the name on the guest list?
Stone.
Oh, are you relative? Understood. I was told there would be a sister coming. Right. Well, we unfortunately do not offer any places to stay within the temple grounds. However, we do offer for relatives of the married couple a discount at the local hotel. If I'm, and he kind of goes through his desk, opening drawers and trying to find one. Oh, come now. Which one is it? Where'd it go? Oh, there we go. We have, unfortunately, we cannot give reservations at the Sapphire Tower. Of course, I apologize. It is a little bit out of the temple's monetary range. We are but a humble place of worship. But
Totally understand.
we do offer stays at the Grand Majesty Hotel for a discounted price, if that is something that you are interested in. We also do offer slightly lower rates for the Rebel Oak Tavern, if that is more your speed, if you'd like something a little quieter.
I think that's probably more our
Yeah,
sort of.
agreed.
Ah,
Yeah.
well, just tell them Father Alford sent you, and I'm sure that Tiamora will be able to handle you quite readily.
Sounds good.
And while we have you, I don't know if you're supposed to be father, which one is which. While we have you noticed anything odd happening in town recently?
Odd? Odd? What do you mean, odd?
Like
Like,
someone forgetting they have a husband and two other children.
or where they're going, or that sort of
How
thing.
they got the medallion that transported them into the woods. For example, that was totally didn't happen.
I
Hypothetically.
must say that is quite odd, but at the same time, I feel that is nothing that cannot be explained away by a frivolous mind. A lot of our populace are a bit deep in the pockets. So I've noticed that people like that seem to be off in the clouds quite a bit. I wouldn't worry about any of that, though.
Can I
That's-
insight that?
Go ahead.
That's good. That's a great question.
9.
He is dripping with disdain, barely covered disdain of the rich folk. He is
Okay.
trying to candy coat his opinion for the sake of, oh, you're a relative of a customer. Everything's great about our town. But
No.
he hates the rich folk around here. He's much more of a man's man.
Yeah, no, they I actually said that to Belvin like 30 minutes ago. I was
That is-
like, the rich people do be cray. I did say that. I grew up poor, so
Not
I
in those
totally
words
get it.
exactly, but yes, the sentiment was there, somewhat. That we only asked because we are a group that, rather unfortunately, it seems like often ends up with wandering face first into issues and having to then solve said issues. Good example. We wandered into a town, and then we had to solve a series of murders that had happened before we got there, because people were dying. We just want to make
Oh,
sure that we
well.
are ahead of the curve on things, if we can be.
I mean,
generally speaking,
we're a bit of a small town. I mean, there's not many. We don't have many people that live here.
So wait, then you might know this. You know Leuven and his mother Margaret.
I can't say that I do.
Uh,
that's all right. They're a family that lives on the south side of town, so I guess that makes sense. Actually, Margaret said she'd never been here before.
South Sawyer.
Say again?
South
Sawyer.
Sawyer.
They live on South Sawyer.
Did you get the last name? Perhaps they were married here.
It was definitely not. No, that would have been far too easy for us. But no, I mean, she said she had never been here before, so surely she hadn't been married here.
Not everyone feels the call of the gods. Can't blame them.
Well,
Was there anything else you required?
Yeah, you probably need to get back to your service, and you've been extremely helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Of course.
But you will see us probably a couple of times in the coming week, given that we are relation to an upcoming nuptial.
Looking forward to it. Oh, just if you wouldn't mind, now that you are here, and the three. He turns the large ledger around and points to a spot. The three of you could sign the attendance ledger here. This is going to be given to the bride and groom after. So this is where you will sign, Miss Stone, and he points to a large spot next to. He points to a large spot, and your 2 +1s will sign here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll write down my name.
Okay. Thank you very
Troll.
much. Thank you very much. Closes the book. Right, well, if there's anything else you require, I am here while the sun is in the sky, and if it is not, I am home and in bed. So, if
Very
any
fair.
of you need anything during those times, I shall be here. But the temple is open all hours of day and night, so feel free to stop by if you need anything.
Great. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And have a good rest of your day.
You as well. You guys head out back into the main hallway. Anything else in the temple, or would you guys like to go somewhere else?
Go find what was it called?
The Rebel Oak.
Yeah, that one.
You did also mention going to the books, going to that bookstore, wherever it was called.
That is correct.
As they're
Mm.
walking out, though, Scylla takes a second to stare at the Wild Mother and Stormlord, like, effigies that are over there.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't really, like, stop at them, but she stares at them.
The Stormlord one almost feels like its eyes are following you. It might be one of those kind of like weird sculpture.
Oh, she had a feeling it might, yeah.
It seems like
That's
it's
why
like
she looked at it.
the eyes of the pupilless eyes of the Stormlord in this.
Getting flashbacks.
Yeah, it's like it's all white marble, and there are no like sclera or pupil carved in, but they seem to follow you as you exit.
Yeah, love that. I had a feeling they might.
As we're walking, did you want to go check out that freaky bookstore?
Yeah.
I'm so curious about the bookstore.
Because if like people are
Like,
forgetting
did they
shit-
buy it and then forgot they bought it?
Yeah,
And then they just
that.
didn't show up?
Exactly that.
Okay.
Let's go to the bookstore.
Okay.
Yeah, we can find the tavern later on. That's fine.
So, as you were, just a reminder, we were looking for the Reader's Creed. This cozy bookstore, where, as you were told, just seemed to show up one day. People went in, nobody was ever behind the counter, so they just left it be.
While they're walking there, Scylla is complaining about how destination weddings are rude, and and about how you have to pay for the hotel, and you got to pay for the trip.
Yeah, but
No,
Scylla,
they're my family, but come on.
You can write this one off because we're going to work immediately afterwards. Like we're kind of
Write
between
it off
works
on
right now.
what?
Your taxes.
What are taxes?
How do taxes
I don't
work
think
for
the government
adventurers?
knows orphans exist.
Well, no, that's probably fair. There's probably an identity crisis given that all of you have the same
Belbin,
last name.
only rich people pay
Same last name,
taxes.
yeah.
If only that
Now,
were
but have you
fucking
paid
true.
taxes
If
before?
only that were fucking true.
In
For
our
sure.
universe, it can be true.
God, I want to live in that universe. Fuck me.
I mean,
Thank God
there's
the
like
state
tithe
I-
men and stuff, and
Thank God the state I live in doesn't have sales tax. It is
That
so
sounds nice. Ours is like 6.
ours
Like
is six.
points.
Nothing,
Yeah.
literally nothing as sales tax. It's amazing. Even like online purchases, which is crazy.
Amazing.
Send everything to Mac. Mac sends it to us. That's what we're doing.
I still gotta pay it, motherfucker. Okay. So you guys arrive outside of this building. This building, as you were told, just kind of popped up about a month ago. As you walk up, this building is old. It is looks like it has been repaired several times over the years, and it looks like it has been here for years. There are living quarters apparently built on the top of it, and it kind of connects in with the other houses. It matches their style as if it is, it fits in with the rest of the street. But over the door is a sign that reads Reader's Creed. You can see through the windows, although they are there are a few boards over them, as well as 2 boards over the door blocking it, and a sign written on them that says condemned. But you can see through a little bit if you look, and there are shelves and shelves and shelves of books in there, but you can't quite see much more than that.
We wouldn't be lucky enough for them to have forgotten to lock the door, right?
Love check.
Try and turn the doorknob.
Unlocked.
Does it swing like inward so that the boards don't matter, or just pull
It,
outward
in
so the
fact,
boards do matter?
I'm not even kidding. That is what I have written in my notes.
Great.
God damn, you're too smart.
What?
I was really hoping that would stump you for a little while.
Well, no, you said there are boards on the outside, and I was like, God, I hope that these people are that out of it right now.
I'll cast Pass Without a Trace on us just in case.
Okay. So you all kind of duck under the boards and head in. What is the marching order, by the way?
I mean, I guess I'm going first because I can probably get in there the easiest.
Okay.
I'll go second.
Okay. Yvain pulling up the rear.
Yvain, tie up branch.
Okay. So as you enter, what you see is a cozy, warm little bookshop. There are lanterns hanging unlit from a low ceiling. Yvain, your head just kind of brushes up against the ceiling. You can stand up straight, but just barely. You might have to duck under a few pillars or beams, floor beams, ceiling beams, whatever they're called. It's a cozy little bookshop. Shelves and shelves and shelves of books line the walls. There are tables that have that seem to have some sort of display of a book, maybe one that had just recently been released or something. But it seems unkempt. It is messy. There are some books strewn on the floor. One of the shelves seems to have tipped over and spilled its contents on the floor. There is a thick layer of dust that has accumulated here, but it seems unlevel in places. That's all you can really see just from a passing glance. It looks odd.
Are there any behind the counter? Are there any papers or anything like?
Ledgers.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an investigation check. If you'd all like to make one and tell me specifically what you're looking for, you absolutely can.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You do, in fact, find a ledger of rented books and bought and purchased books. And it seems like this place operated as somewhat of a library at one point.
Does it have dates
It
on
does.
there?
It does.
And the dates look insinuate that it was open for
You look
more
back,
than a day?
you look back, and the very beginning of the book dates back about a year or two on this book. And you notice that with a natural 20, you notice that there are several other books that resemble this one stored under the counter.
It looks like this place was open for quite a few years.
Has it?
That's weird.
What's the most recent date?
What is the most recent?
Just over a month ago.
A month.
That's when they said that it opened.
This building though it's old, right?
Go ahead and make. What'd you get in your investigation check?
Oh, I got a 12. I was looking for something different.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you can look around and you can say this is an old building. How old is this? Go ahead and make oh God, what's the intelligence?
It's
Go ahead and make a
noted?
history check for me.
Sure.
History. Learn the history of this place.
6.
It's old. You can see that. It's old. You don't know exactly how old. It looks as
And
old as
it's
anything else.
But there was a sign that said condemned. How can this
I
building
mean, good question.
they
I
were
mean,
open a month ago? Well,
that's when they said that they were opening.
what?
Like it is when that's when Margaret told us that, or not Margaret. When Dana told us that it just kind of like popped
You were
up.
told by a
Weird.
guy you were asking on the street.
Oh.
You were told
There
that
you go.
it had
Yeah,
just kind of popped up a month ago, but had never really opened.
there you go. That's what it is.
People went in, but no one was ever behind the counter, and no one ever got to buy anything from there.
How far back do those logs go, Scylla?
Kind of like go pick up like what looks like the oldest, like
Oldest one.
whatever. If it's like in a line, like the last one in line.
Okay. Let me check something.
Something.
The earliest one was about. You can see like the latest one that you can find goes all the way back to about 23 years ago.
Like older than me.
That says basically nothing to us. You're like 6.
I'm at least 12. Thank you.
Um,
Like 23 years ago.
None of this is
That's-
lining up.
yeah, that's odd. So if people are, someone just forget to come to work.
I mean, it's possible, but did they just give up after one day? Like, also the door was unlocked. That's really fucking weird, right?
Eh. Some lady
Do you-
forgot her husband earlier. It stands to reason that they'd forget to lock a door.
Can I go up to one of the books
Mhm.
and open it? I
Okay.
want to see if the pages are yellowed or frayed or uncared for.
Okay. The book seems it is first of all dusty, as in as if it had not been pulled from its place or it been cleaned in quite a while. It looks like it is an old book. It's not new by any means. It's an old book, but it looks like it had been well cared for. It looks like the pages had been treated. The spine has been well taken care of and not abused in any way. Looks like it may have even been repaired at one point.
They're old.
That's too, like, how much dust are we talking? Like, way too much dust for a
So,
month?
what were you looking at that investigation check?
Oh, initially I wanted to see if there was anything moved recently, if there's like a line in the dust or if there's footprints or just
Okay.
anything like that.
I was looking for
So-
footprints, but I got an 8.
Okay. No, no.
I didn't even ask.
The dust is not disturbed. However, what you do notice with that, what I will give you with that, is that it seems that it's uneven. It's like other parts were dustier than some parts are dustier than others. As if, well, yeah, that's all I can really give you. It doesn't look like anything's been moved recently. Nothing's disturbed the dust recently, but some dust lays thicker than other places.
Are there stairs or a door like in this room?
There is a door in the back, behind the counter.
Sure. There's like an apartment above this, right, guys?
I don't know. Hey, the dust is wonky.
Dust is always wonky. It gets all
No,
in
no,
your
no.
nose
Like
and it makes you sad.
there's more dust in places than other places.
I mean, drafts.
Sure.
Is there a place where there's less dust specifically? Like,
Yeah, and then I'll just point out a spot where it's like super caked on versus a spot where it's not.
So go ahead and make anyone who's looking at who's watching this, not except Yvain, because you already tried this. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
I'm going over to that door.
Okay. Bell, you open the door, and there's a small antechamber behind there with what seems to be a small safe in the corner, as well as a set of stairs leading up. What do we
Got
got?
22.
22. So what you can see is that the places where the dust is laid thinner than the others is places where people would be walking. Places where
Mm.
people would be, perusing shelves, would be sliding books across the counter, would be, resting their arms as they sit and read a book. All of these spots where the dust is thinner seem to be places where people would have been moving things, or places that would have been cleaned if this place had been kept up. The thicker spots are like under the tables, behind the bookcases, under the counters, etc., etc.
It looks like where
All the
like
books have a very thin layer of dust.
it looks like tread marks, essentially, like where people would have been like moving around, which insinuates that people were in fact moving around in here. But it was still a while ago. I'm so confused. My brain hurts, guys.
What did you find?
Safe in a staircase. I'm gonna go see what's upstairs.
Be
That
careful.
always goes well.
I mean, literally anyone can come with me. It's an open door.
Yeah, I'm not. No, you need a
Yeah.
battle buddy. Let's go.
Okay.
Well, silly, you can't be by yourself.
Dragging Scylla by the cloak.
So the three of you head upstairs.
Buddy system doesn't
and
work when there's three.
You find a small apartment. It is seemingly big enough for one person and a guest, you would say. It's got the standard trappings of a simple life. Someone who obviously quite clearly loved books. And that's about it. All you can find at a cursory glance. If you'd like to look any closer, you can. But it is
I'll grab one of the books and see if there's like a name in the front cover or something, like a personal
Yeah,
library
that's what I was
stamp
gonna
kind of
refer
thing.
to.
Yeah, sure. You go ahead and look, and you do in fact find a name. You find the name Lincoln Douglas.
Oh, Link. Poor guy. Maybe. Or he's asleep.
Okay, so clearly
As
someone
you
was
are
living here.
as you are reading this book, the three
Fireball.
of you feel a shift in the air. It's as if there was a sound that you didn't hear, a sound that stopped. The air becomes thicker for a moment. Like something is missing. Belle, you close your book and look around for the next bit of clues that you might find. None of you really remember what you were just doing, but right. What were we just doing?
Where'd I get this book from?
I don't know.
Right. That's right. You were here investigating. This place just popped up out of nowhere.
Yeah. Someone named Lincoln Douglas.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's weird. Hello? Is anyone home?
No response. Your voice echoes down the hall, back down the stairs. And as you wait for a response, I think that's where we're going to end the session for tonight.
I know. We're gonna die here.
Let's
no.
fucking die here.
Are you all having fun yet?
Yes.
Yes.
Alex is
Oh,
gonna have a panic attack. And
What
my
the-
family's on the way here.
Oh
What gopher holes, Alex? I don't. What are you talking
What
I
are
actually
you
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine. It's
well,
fine. We were just visiting
everyone.
our friend Lincoln.
Amazing session, as per usual. And I think we're going to end the video there. So say bye-bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Bye bye.